Welcome to our eighth and final session of Autumn Qigong for better immunity, better breathing, and emotional well-being. And we have come to a completing point, a place in our spiral where we can turn and reflect and look back. We can remember, we can review, and we can be in this present moment, and we can turn and look forward to see where we are going and who we're becoming. And this journey this evening is a final flight of the white crane. And remember, the white crane symbolizes beauty, symbolizes peace, symbolizes grace and elegance. And as we are at this moment at the brink of the solstice, we're about to enter into the pause. We're about to enter into the dark. And this entire journey has been preparing us for that. We've been releasing and letting go, gate after gate, so that we don't carry our burdens with us into the dark. So we don't gestate our burdens. Instead, we gestate our treasure. So let's begin with a breath, even before we come to the gate. I invite you to just bring one hand on your chest, on your heart, on your lungs, and one hand down on your belly, on your lower dantian. And as you breathe here, feel yourself coming into vertical alignment. Feel how you are becoming skillful and trained at finding your center and then aligning from your center with the three great forces of the earth, of the universe, and creation, nature. And so as you're breathing, letting your mind drop down into your lower abdomen, as you inhale, feeling your abdomen expand, and as you exhale, your abdomen pulls back toward your spine. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And with each breath, feel yourself become even more aligned, like you're making micro adjustments with your body. And as you breathe in, you feel this line rise up through the center of your body, up to the top of your head, up into the universe. And that center line comes down from the universe, down through you, down through your legs, down into the earth. And as you're breathing in and out, feeling how your breath rises from your belly to your ribs to your chest, and how your breath falls from your chest to your ribs to your belly. And as you breathe in, notice at the peak, at the top, the pause. And as you breathe out, Notice at the bottom a pause. So when you breathe in at the top, that pause, that's fire, that's summer solstice. And then as we exhale down, all the way down, and feel it on your pelvic floor, that's yin, that's water, that's the winter solstice. That's where we're going. So as we breathe, we're balancing the summer and the winter within us. We're balancing summer and winter on our beautiful planet. We are a microcosm of this beautiful macrocosmic universe that we live in. So now here we are in our center, aligned with the solstices, with our breath. You are standing on a mountaintop. The sun has set. You realize how your perspective has shifted since the beginning of this journey. First, you were facing west, directly west, and now you see you've turned toward the north. What was once the twilight sunset is now dark setting in, the night setting in. And you are completing this year. You're completing this journey, this season, and this year. And so you're at a gate. And this gate question is very simple. It simply asks you, what do you need to complete for you to feel like you have integrated, you have tied up the loose ends, you have sealed the energy leak? What still needs to be completed or wrapped up for you to feel ready to move on into the next season, to move on into the next year? And so the gate question is, what needs to be released and set down so you can complete that, so you can wrap that up? And whatever is coming to you right now, let that be your answer. And I invite you to bring your feet closer together, and with a humble bow, bowing to the gate and gently setting down what needs to be set down so you can be complete with this journey and with this year. And once you feel like you've let that go, then I invite you to find your feet on the earth and take as many breaths as you need to slowly unfurl your spine, one vertebra at a time, and to rise to the occasion and step across the threshold into our sanctuary, into our completion ceremony. And we'll begin, like we have in every session, with this showering chi. As we inhale, our hands float up. Exhale, turning from your thumb, turn your shoulders over. Your hands float down as your body rises. Inhale, gather the universe, gather the summer solstice light, and let that shine down all the way through you, all the way down to the bottom pole of the winter solstice, creating a sphere. Inhale. You are creating your vehicle in which you travel through the seasons as you shower chi. Inhale. Now exhale, letting your hands float down. One more in silence. Let this form teach you. I need to step over here. Let's go ahead and activate our energy, knocking on the door of life. And we're staying in that rooted place because that's where we're going in the winter. We're going down, deeper, deeper down into the roots. So when we're knocking on the door of life, we're moving from our center, moving from our waist, our hips, and we're knocking on the key acupressure points around our kidneys and abdomen and internal organs. But really here you are rooted. And through that stability, then you can enliven your spine. You can enliven this central column that moves the cerebral spinal fluid, that communicates with every cell in your body. You are enlivening every cell with this simple practice. In this, we're heading toward winter, so this practice is going to be much more silent, spacious. And let's come up to our lungs. We've spent a lot of time with our lungs, breathing in white, pearly light, transforming and getting in touch with our old shields that no longer serve us, and transforming those shields into light shields. We've been working with grief and sadness and depression and letting go all through our lungs and through our breath, through our intention. So as we're completing and as we're reviewing and reflecting and celebrating, is there something here? Is there wisdom for you here to reflect on? And now let's come up to our shoulders. This point on top of our shoulders is all about decision making and discernment and clarity. And the metal element is best at that. That is what it's known for, cutting right through to the truth, making a clear decision, speaking clearly, clear yeses and nos. Come back down into our lung and down to our lower abdomen. knocking on our kidneys. And start to slowly allow this movement to drop into water waves, to transform from form to formlessness. Still staying rooted, even though you just shifted from form to formlessness. And now connect with this water. This is the current of life. This is the element in which we are about to enter into in our next series. So let this water wash you, bless you, bathe you, clear away anything that's ready to be released. Let it hydrate you and moisten you as you start to gradually move towards stillness. Finding that still point. Sensing and feeling your body. Feeling the spaciousness in your body. Let's create just a little bit more space and a little bit more heat. We're going to clear. Let's do some more clearing. Please think of your arms as vehicles, vessels for energy hygiene, and they are going to help you clear what's in front of you and behind you. Taking a nice deep breath, raising your hands, exhaling, dropping your hands as you turn from your waist. See yourself sweeping the floor. See yourself clearing, cutting away, chopping away your path, clearing the debris, the clutter, the thoughts, the people, the activities, the habits, the patterns, the beliefs. As you clean your auric field, this is your space. This is your responsibility. This is where your power is. Clear away anything that interferes from you knowing your own power and your worth and your value and your beauty and how precious you are. We're getting ourselves nice and warmed up. A lot of space, nice and clean. Had a good ceremony. You always got to clean house before your ceremony. And you can start to slow this down. And come back to stillness. This is a journey of remembrance and reflection. And so if you notice you are I'm showing you things you've done before so you can really remember them. Let's go ahead and knock on our chest, on our lungs. And as we're knocking on our lungs, remember your mantra. The mantra that I always like to say, I'm giving you a mantra. I am strong. My body is strong. Every cell in my body is working perfectly. And as you take a deep breath, I am inspired. I am inspiring. We are living an inspired and inspiring life. Feel this energy activating, this inspiration activating, this courage activating. Now we'll come to our lung points over here on the side, really boosting your immune system. Ooh, and if you wanted to clear, if you felt like you needed to clear your immune system, you might like the Z sound or the S sound for the lungs. Now let's go down the lung channel to our thumb. We're going to be doing the white crane, and so we really want to activate these channels so our energy can do a lot of the work flying for us and our muscles don't have to. So we're activating this line of white light going from our lungs down through our elbow down to our thumb. Okay, other side. Opening up this, activating our immune points. Let's do the sound. And now activating, highlighting, amplifying, and clearing our lung meridian. Seeing a line of white pearly light from your chest down the inside of your arm to your thumb. Yeah. Just feeling how these lines are opening up. Okay. And integrating that. Let's spread our feathers. Okay. Palms facing forward. Taking a nice deep breath as you inhale. You're gathering this energy. And then as you exhale, your hands coil down to your side. Your fingertips are facing you, and your chin is tucked. Top of your head is lifted. Let's do that again. Inhale. Gather. Exhale, and spiral your hands as you tuck your chin and rise up as your fingers face you. You're opening this line of tension so you have clear thinking and clear decision. One more. And now, taking a nice deep breath. And then when you inhale, now exhale, lower your ear to one side, staying on that side, chin to your chest. Inhale, staying on that side, rolling back and forth. Your hands are active. You're opening this pathway to clear your thinking and to open your voice and your throat. And any tension you may be carrying. And this time as you exhale, exhale down and roll all the way up. The other side. Staying with your breath. Taking your time, feeling each area as it stretches and opens. Creating space in your body. This time as your chin makes it to your chest, you can just relax. As you inhale, your head rises up the center, your arms relax. Beautiful. We're going to go the other direction. So the back of your hands are forward, and you're going to inhale as you scoop this energy, and it like comes from behind you now. And then as you exhale, your fingers come forward and they spiral out, and your chin tucks. Try that again. Back of our hands, we inhale, we gather the energy behind us, and spread our feathers as you exhale, spiraling, tucking your chin. Last one. We'll inhale, and we will lower our ear to one side and open these lines of tension. This is the yang side. You can tell because you feel it kind of in your pinky. Inhaling and clearing all these channels. Chin to your chest, inhaling up the other side. Chin to your chest, let your arms fall as your head rises up the middle. And rest, integrate, soften, let the energy circulate. This next one is the rooster spreads its feathers, and so you make your fingers like this. It just takes all the elements. These are all, every element is represented in all your fingers, and you just bring all 5 elements here, and then we're going to put them on our lung point. This is just a simple little warm up. Now we're not like pressing really hard. It's more like we're just directing the 5 elements here. And we're going to inhale. And as we do, we spiral our elbows up. And then as we exhale, we bring our elbows forward. And we're making this spine wave. We're about to do a lot of spine waves. And so this is a way to slowly warm your body up to prepare for the spine wave. So you inhale as your elbows come up, and exhale as your elbows roll forward. Really opening the front of your chest. And then when you're exhaling, you're opening up the back of your chest. Your pelvis tucks as your head comes down. Your pelvis comes back as you breathe in. We're just going to do this a few times. And the next time your hands come down, like you exhale and you're ready to inhale again, come the other direction, just to give yourself another angle. So you can really open yourself to the moment. And this is the last one. And then you can let your hands float down. Let's go ahead and shake it out, and then we'll be ready for our journey. Whew. Shaking out your wrists and your elbows and shoulders. And this is part of the letting go, part of the wrapping up, part of the clearing up, part of the review. It's like, what little thing do I just need to shake out and shake off? What areas can I loosen up? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna shake out your legs, your hips. All right, now we're ready. Okay, my loves, I invite you to find your comfortable stance. You're gonna connect with this chi ball here. You have this infinite energy, this potential energy right here. Let's go ahead and see what you can sense and feel with the palms of your hands. And coming back to your breath as you're doing this, sense and feel like what happens when you inhale. Do your hands naturally float apart, or do they come together? Just play with this and realize that this chi ball here is also inside you. So when you pull your hands apart, see if you can feel the energy expanding inside you. And when you push your hands together, see if you can feel what happens. Does it compress? Does it expand? And so now we have this chi ball, and we're about to practice our spine wave. Because the spine wave helps us put our eyes on the horizon, helps us know where we're going, and it activates all the systems of our body. Because ultimately what we're doing, we're getting our body and our emotions and our minds to go the same direction. When our body wants to do one thing, our feelings want to do something else, and our mind thinks we should be doing something entirely different, we don't get very far. So we're organizing ourselves. So this movement is known by many names: turning the wheel, spine wave, circulating the chi ball. I'm calling it eye on the horizon. So as you inhale, your hands rise up, and then as you exhale, your hands float down. Your pelvis moves, and so the energy rises up your back as you inhale, and your hands simply respond. And as you exhale, your pelvis moves forward, and your hands are simply responding. Your body has structure, but it's not rigid. Your body is relaxed, and yet it's not flaccid. There is this dynamic interplay between form, structure, and flow. Beautiful. Your eyes. You are the driver. You are the creatrix, the storyteller, the alchemist, the philosopher. You are all of them. And this is your year, and this is your life, and this is your vehicle, and this is your journey, and this is your path. Right? And it's you're driving in your vehicle on your path. And your body is responding to your breath. And your breath is moving you through your path. Let's gently just shift to one side. Make your movements small when you shift, and then let them gradually grow. This just simply opens up more range of motion. We're warming up. We're preparing to take flight. And now we shift to the other side. When your hands come down is when you shift, and when your hands rise is when you turn to the other side. Loosening, warming, opening yourself up, preparing. Okay, coming back to center. Let's let our movement get a little smaller, a little smaller, a little smaller. Come back and feel this ball. See how it's changed already. Mine is significantly more sensational than it was. I invite you to let this chi ball rest inside your belly now. As you find yourself standing in a river as a white crane. You find yourself in a beautiful river. You can feel the water flowing past your leg. You can feel the current. You can feel the floor, the stones, the sand of the river. You can feel yourself being able to be in a place of stillness. And you can also feel and trust yourself when you know when it's time to fly. And as we find that moment, you feel this moment starting to build inside you. And when you do feel this moment start to rise up, you feel yourself ready to start to fly, and you simply pushed off from the ground and you go into forward flying, which is just like that spine wave. You softly let your wings flap in front of you. You're starting off very low and slow because you are feeling ready to take off. And when you do, your wings get a little bit higher and your strength starts to grow. And now you are off the ground. And this, you are rising up. And as you rise up, you feel yourself reflecting, rising up from where you were, above now, above the mist that was on the river, above now, above the cloud. And you feel yourself reflecting on this year, and what is coming to you as you rise is reflecting on all your teachers, of all your spirit teachers, of your ancestors, teachers, of your lineage line. And as you fly as the white crane, one that can go into the water, stand on the earth and in the sky, you are one that can traverse many terrains. You have many teachers. You have thousands of ancestors, but some of them are present with you. Some of them have wisdom for you. Some of them are more connected to you. And as you fly a little higher, give yourself a little bit more energy. Give yourself a little bit more energy as you fly a little higher, and you are remembering and reflecting on your wisdom teachers, your ancestors, and your lineage. And now as you fly just a little bit higher, a little bit faster, a little bit higher, And then you start to get to the place where the wisdom of the ancestors and your teachers are there. And now soar. Stay high and slow, but be in the current so you can receive the wisdom and the teaching from your teachers. Who are your teachers this year? What did they teach you? What did they share with you? What did your ancestors want you to know this year? What did you learn from them? So, this elegant, beautiful white crane flying through the remembrance of the wisdom of your teachers, and start to collect that wisdom. Start to collect those lessons from your teachers into your feather. Start to collect it into your wings. And as you receive and remember the wisdom of your teachers, of your lineage bearers, of your ancestors, collect them with your feathers and start to now make your descent back home. Start to bring what they taught you back down as you make your movements smaller and smaller, as you feel yourself descending now, coming down from that high place of remembrance, down, down. As your wings get smaller, you're preparing yourself for a landing. And as you land on a branch of a tree. And you see that this branch is connected to a tree that's on a mountaintop, that you realize this tree is no ordinary tree. As you land, feel your feet like Crane's feet wrapping around that branch, and feel how it's nighttime. The wind might be blowing, the branch might be moving, and you are in your center on a branch, and you realize this tree is no ordinary tree. This is your family tree. This is your branch of your family. Look and notice all the other branches of your family. This is the tree of your ancestry. This is the tree of your lineage, of your spiritual teachers. Finding and looking and noticing your place in this tree of life. And feeling yourself come to stillness and silence as you integrate the wisdom of your teachers while you are on a branch of your family tree. Feeling now ready, this impulse, this trust, it's time to fly again. This time you're going to fly with single wing flying. It one hand flies and then the next hand flies. Coming back to your spine wave, one hand and the next hand. Your wings start to move and you feel ready to lift off that branch and fly again. And you start off low and slow. You're feeling you're still in a place of remembrance and of reflection, of review. And you're in this energy of the white crane and of the metal element, which requires such honesty, which requires such truth. And as you fly now, you're rising above the mist, rising above the clouds, rising above the noise, rising above this past year, rising above the season. And as you are reflecting with honesty and with great love, you are feeling the strength in you to rise a little higher, to go a little faster, to connect with this energy within you, and you become really aware of some of the lessons of this last season or this last year. And we don't really want to call them mistakes, but they are things where you're like, shoot, damn, I did that. Oh, I did that. And it's this as you're rising above, this isn't rising, flying to the back and all your mistakes to feel bad about them. It's to rise above, to look back, to recognize what have we done? What did we say? What did we do? Ooh, and then to connect with that part of ourselves and to have compassion and forgiveness. And so as you're rising above right now, it's like start to be honest with yourself, like, oh, I did that. Ooh, and then see how I'm flicking my wrist. It's like you're flicking it off. Flick off the weight of that. Flick off the regret. Flick off the shame of that. Flick off that, and not to bypass it, because just in a moment, as you flick off the weight and the shame and the regret of this, then what happens is soon you get swept and carried into the current of forgiveness. Forgiveness for yourself and having compassion for that part of you, not for the behavior, but for that part of you. And now let this current of compassion carry you as you reflect on the gift, on the lesson, on the beauty of what is within that experience. What there is for you, what treasure is for you to harvest within this experience. And now start to collect that forgiveness, collect that compassion, and collect those treasures, those gifts within the experience. Collect them into your feather. Collect them into your wings. Collect them. And now, as you're collecting them, knowing that it's time to slowly start to descend, and start to come back. Starting to come back, you feel yourself preparing yourself for your landing as your arms, as your wing flaps are smaller and softer and smoother, as you're preparing yourself to come down to earth and to be really practical and grounded. And as you're preparing to land this time, you don't land in the tree, you land on the earth. And as you land in stillness, you realize you are a much deeper and more profound being. You no longer stand on the surface of things. You go deep You grow deep. You are profound. And so you no longer have roots under your feet. You feel yourself rooting into the earth. You feel this earth around your legs, around your hips, around your body as you are stabilizing with the truth and with forgiveness and with compassion. Finding a place of stillness to rest in this place of profound love and holding of yourself, bringing yourself to the earth, with the earth. And now, my loves, coming back to that chi ball, feeling that inside you, like a seed, like an egg. Now start to pull that chi ball open. You're feeling the impulse to fly again. You're feeling the impulse to open something up. You're taking this and you're pulling it apart. It's not like you're destroying it, but you're opening it up. You're coming back to your spine wave. You're about to take off again. This time, this is called sideways flying, and you're pulling this chi ball apart as your wings open to the side. And as you launch off out of the ground, as you rise up, as you feel yourself opening and expanding to new possibilities, to new heights, to new ways of being, you start to rise above. You rise way above that mist and that fog, that unseen, uncertain confusion. You rise way above the clouds. You rise way higher than you were before. And you have to give a little bit more energy here. You have to go a little faster to get to this point because you are now moving forward. Where are you moving to? Where are you being called? Where are you going? As you have your eyes on the horizon, you can see yourself flying over winter, flying into spring. But where are you going? Where is your path? You're like a bird. Your path is invisible, but you know where you're going. Where are you being called? And so as you rise a little higher, let that trust in the mystery carry you as you go into the current, and you go slow as you're carried by the current. And I'll be silent for you to see, to sense, to receive your path. Where are you going? As you start to collect this vision, this wisdom, this perception, this higher perception, this knowing, this intuitive intelligence, divine intelligence, the way. As you trust the way, this is Tao. As you trust the Tao, gather the wisdom of the Tao. Gather the breadcrumbs of the way that you are, and see where you're leaving yourself little breadcrumbs, little signposts, little places in time for you to know where you are, to be markers in time. And once you receive that wisdom, that vision, and you start to collect it in your feathers, you start to collect it and you feel ready to come down, you start to feel ready to descend, to bring your vision of your path, of your way. You're ready to bring that home. Make your movements smaller and softer and smoother as you prepare to land. And as you land, feeling yourself come to stillness, and as you land, feel yourself landing in the earth. Feel yourself as if you are being planted. That before you were halfway covered, but now when you land with this wisdom, with this vision of your path, you are being planted in your life garden as a seed, as a rhizome. Feel the earth come completely over you in a way that feels very nurturing and warm and fertile, like you're being planted in the womb of the Great Mother. You're being planted in a garden bed like a root or a rhizome. And once you feel like, let's go ahead and do a pulling down the heavens. And what I want you to do is like pat. It's like you're patting the ground. Like you're tucking, like you planted a seed and you're patting the ground on top of it. Patting the ground on you. So you can incubate and gestate in the fertile, dark womb of the mother. Let us pause here in silence for a moment. Coming now back to those hands of light holding that chi ball. Take these hands of light now and seal yourself in. Like smooth it out, wrap it up, your protective coating around you. Protective coating around your seed, knowing you are a seed and you hold seeds within you. Seal this vision in, this wisdom, these lessons from your ancestors, from your teachers, from your mistakes, from your past. As we inhale one more time, we are pulling down the heavens. We are closing this container. We're going to pull down the heavens from the 6 directions. Hands float up. Turn. Inhale, gather, and close as your hands float down. See this as sealing in your seed, sealing it in, packing it into the fertile dark. Right now, you're planted with all your potential. And right now, in the winter, it's dark. And then, not yet, but in right timing, there'll be a little water and a little light. And in right timing, this seed will grow. For now, this seed will gestate. This seed will pause. I invite you to bring both hands over your belly, sealing it in, consolidating. Feeling complete. Feeling whole and holy in the womb of the Great Mother. And so while we're in this silent place, we'll bow out and bring your feet together, hands up, right hand rises. In right timing, we'll rise again. We can rise again. But for now, we have reverence, we have patience, we have stillness and pause. We have dark blanket, bringing that to our heart. And as we bow to each other, we bow to our circle, we bow to this practice. We bow to our ancestors, we bow to our lessons, our treasures. We bow to our path. We bow to the white Crain and the alchemist and the metal element, and autumn, and all that's been released and let go. We bow to our teachers' teachers, and the teacher within. And with that, and bring that all back to you. Step across the threshold. And in silence, I invite you to journal whatever comes to you. But if you want a prompt, I invite you to journal about the lessons from your teachers and your ancestors, about one of the mistakes and one of the gifts of that mistake. And where are you going? Where are you headed?